guys, welcome back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day. First off, before we begin, I know I always say this, but thank you so much for all of your love and engagement and comments and likes on these videos. It does make them feel really worthwhile. I don't have a ton of time, so to know that you guys appreciate them and enjoy them and are interacting with them just lets me know to keep them coming, that they're worth something, and just makes me really happy. And it's a way to interact with you guys as well, and I try to reply to the majority of the comments that I get. Obviously that becomes quite difficult when there's quite a few, but I really do love interacting with you guys and sharing hints and tips and just chatting away. So thank you so much for all of that. It's just wonderful. Anyway, today's a Saturday. I've literally just put another What I Eat Today live, so I can hear my phone pinging. I know you guys are loving it and I'm so excited to film another one today. There's no major plans. I've already had breakfast, which I didn't talk through this morning because I have probably showed you guys my Biscoff porridge a million and one times. Basically, I use Ready Brek. I feel like Ready Brek is like 3 points if I remember. I will check that out and update you if I'm wrong. Biscoff is normally about the same, about 3 points for a teaspoon. And I had that with berries and a cup of tea, which I'm surprisingly still getting through. I've just had to warm it up in the microwave. Lunch today, not too sure. No real plans, but for dinner tonight, I actually do have something that I fancy and I'm thinking about making. Andrew and I are really kind of craving some panko chicken, maybe some honey oil chicken or sweet chili honey chicken with some broccoli that a friend has grown in their garden, some purple broccoli roasted with maybe some rice or some chips. So I'm just like, that's fake away food for me. I'm just really excited to have that. And the purple broccoli, I've never seen anything like it. It looks so fun. So that's the plan for tonight. But lunch again, no real plans. I just need to nip to B&Q because I need to get a few bits. We're planning on cleaning the car today because we have sun, which is incredible. But I want to nip to B&Q because I'm also planning to do a bit of a DIY on the house. I want to panel the stairs. So I've just measured up SAI. I haven't measured it at all, but I'm going to go now and have a look at the wood and price it all up, have a look at some paint samples that I like. There's 2 paints that I'm really interested in having on the panels that I need to go and get some samples of if they have them. If not, I'll need to order them online. But yeah, it's a very kind of errandy, around the house cooking today, and I hope you all enjoy it. For those that are wondering about the outfit, because I do like to show you guys, these jeans are Calvin Klein. I love these jeans so much. Not gonna lie, they were an investment piece, but I love the fit, I love the wash, and these are actually the only jeans I have that come right down, that are not kind of ankle grazers, and I love the button-up detail. I just think it's so flattering. So they're from Calvin Klein, and this is just a really lovely fine knit mint green cardigan, which I actually got from a charity shop a few months back now, and I think the brand is M&S. So yeah, and I got it in the size 8 and it fits like a dream. Really soft. The buttons are just like silver metallic. Feels like it's hardly been worn, if I'm honest. Massive hair because I've just put it through a conditioning treatment from Coco and Eve. I know you guys like these vlog styles, so I might even talk about that shampoo and conditioner later because I put it on my Instagram and I had so many questions asking if it was worth the money, so I might mention that. Nail polish is Essie Fiji. I feel like we're in that space now. We're feeling a bit of sun, but very basic outfit. Anyway, I'm gonna head to the shops, get what I need, and then we'll get back for lunch. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Give it a like and let's get on with the day. Back from B&Q, running errands, and I might show you a few things that I picked up because it's paint and it's fun. But anyway, I'm back for lunch now. I'm quite hungry. That porridge really did sustain me. It's been a fair few hours now, but I'm fancying some kind of sandwich. I've also been out and picked up the chicken for tonight, so that is all ready. But when it comes to lunch, I kind of already knew what I fancied and what I wanted to have, which is this topside sandwich beef, which looks delicious. I've had this before, so we'll check the point value of that, but I do know it's incredibly low. Something that I don't think is going to be quite as low are these brioche sesame seed buns that I literally just picked up in the supermarket just now. Now, and I've been saying this in most of the videos, what we've got to remember here, guys, is that I am not tracking. I am on maintenance. I'm not in a position to lose weight, so these aren't going to be the kind of What I Eat in a Days where I'm reducing calories and I'm trying to lose weight. I've done all of that. You guys know I have a super archive of it. What I am going to do is give you the point values, tell you of alternatives if there are any, if I'm aware of any. But I'm about to scan these, and I know that full well you can get muffins and different types of bread that is going to be much better on your point values, such as sandwich thins, flatbreads, small wraps. So just do things accordingly, guys. Like, I'm not being numerate or conscious, but you know, I also just need to make you aware that there are better when it comes to spending your point values. Anyway, so let's have a look. So when it comes to the bread, I'm going to guess these are about 6 points each. One roll is 7. So I think, again, it's about fair for WW. It's kind of what I expected. When it comes to the topside beef, half a pack of this will only cost you 1 point, and it is super delicious. I normally have this with a bit of mayo, a bit of Dijon mustard, and I'm good to go. It's so jam-packed full of flavour. I really like it. So anyway, I'm going to assemble my sandwich. I might even put a little bit of cheese on top, because as of right now, I've only spent 8 points for lunch, which I think is quite low considering my breakfast was literally 6. The mayo that I'm using is the Heinz Seriously Good. Again, not going to track it because it's super low. And I didn't really track condiments even when I was being conscious. You guys know that if you're long time viewers. But again, if you want to be more specific and track mayo and ketchup and mustard and that kind of thing, you know, it's completely optional. I just found it quite... It was just something that I wasn't prepared to spend points on, and I didn't want to compromise. And I felt like if I tracked it, I'd compromise on having it. So I didn't bother. But again, you do you. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of Dijon, not much, and literally the tiniest little amount. You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna track it because this is optional. I'm gonna have a squirt of honey to make like a honey mayo, which I think will be really delicious. And I'm talking like nothing, like tiny. There we go, done. But I do think it's gonna add a bit of texture and a bit of flavour and just even further sweeten that Dijon. Now since I last checked in, and I'm gonna have my afternoon coffee. Actually, it's quite late. It's 4:30, which is quite late for me, but Andy and I plan to stay up and watch a film tonight, so I know I'm not having an early night. And also we're just about to go and clean the car, and I feel like that's gonna take a fair bit of time, and I need something between now and dinner. Like, I need something. So I've got my coffee here, so I'm just gonna pop some in the cafetiere. And I might have a sweet treat, although I'm not too sure yet, because I do have some shortbread. I made more of those shortbreads that I mentioned the other day that I showed you in my last What Eating a Day. Honestly, incredible. Like, I cannot boast about those enough because they're just so good. We do have some. I might have half of one of them, but again, choose your snacks accordingly. I would never have probably spent that many point value on a caramel shortbread unless it was like one that was already pre-cut from a supermarket where you can accurately point it, unless I was using my weeklies. When I was using my weeklies, sometimes I did do that, but again, these are quite chunky monkeys, so I can't really give you an accurate point value. And I think I am going to have one because I really want it, basically. And then tonight, as I said, we're going to have panko chicken, which I'm really excited about. But I need to go and get some house clothes on because I cannot procrastinate any longer. As soon as I've had this coffee, we're outside and we're cleaning the car. So we've just got in from cleaning the car, and it was fun, and it took ages because we wanted to do a really good job with like the tyres and the alloys and getting in all the nuts and stuff. We wanted to do inside, and then we wanted to do the carpet mats with the drill brush. Anyway, we really geeked out about it, if I'm honest, and the car looks fabulous. But what it has meant is that it's now 10 to 7 at night and we've not even started our dinner. We've put the kids' dinner on, and to be fair, had I have known the amount of time we would have, panko chicken is not the quickest of meals. However, I've been fancying it all day because I knew we were having it, so I am going to still do it. I have some baking paper here, which I'm going to get my chicken breast. So this is skinless chicken breast, which is free for those of you that are pointing, especially on the blue plant, if that's what they even call it these days. That's free. And I'm going to pop it into between two baking parchments and flatten it and really flatten the chicken out. And then I'm going to have like a station set up. I'm sure I've done panko breadcrumbs for you guys in a video before, but I'm basically going to do a station of egg wash, well, flour, then egg wash, and then panko breadcrumbs. I will point everything up at the end and give you a value, because I really need to get on, and I feel like if I'm talking my way through it, I'm not going to actually start. To go alongside it, I'm going to do that purple broccoli. I'm going to roast it in some chili oil, and that's going to be delicious. Of course, you just need to factor in the oil for that if you are pointing. And then we're also going to do some wedges, which Andrew is already cutting. The way I would point wedges is just literally point your potato, and then if you do want to track your seasoning, I never did, you can do that accordingly. But for now, I'm going to get on with this chicken because it ain't going to coat itself. These are the panko breadcrumbs that we use. We get them from Sainsbury's. They're really good. We used to get them from Amazon, but then we discovered that Sainsbury's do them. And obviously, it's, even though we have Prime, sometimes it's much easier just when you're doing your weekly shop just to nip and get them. So we always pick them up in bulk because Layla loves to have chicken nuggets from these. So anyway, I have a 3-part system here. I have my flour, my egg wash, and my panko, and it goes in order of flour, egg, panko. And I'm just going to coat all of the chicken, and then I'm going to shallow fry it. If I was probably not caring about calories, which I do, I would deep fry it, but Andrew and I prefer to shallow fry. We just feel like it's a lot healthier. Of course, we're using chicken breast as well, which is much healthier than using thigh or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to begin by, there's no tidy way to do this, guys. Honestly, you're just gonna have to accept that your hands are gonna get mucky, and you want to place the chicken in the flour like so and get it completely covered. And then you want to not rinse off the excess, you want to shake off the excess, and then that goes straight into the egg mixture, which again, there's no real tidy way to do this, and this is really the worst part. Like, honestly, it's not fun. But once the entire piece of chicken is coated, again, I let the excess kind of drain off a little bit, and then straight in to step 3, which is the panko, and I just cover it all up. And a tip my brother gave me, who is a chef, is that when you're doing panko breadcrumbs, use your knuckles to push them in. I don't know why that is. I feel like, again, it helps to flatten the meat out. But that's just how I've always done it since he taught me. Since we did the katsu chicken curry together, I've always remembered that tip. I just made the thingy down so you can see a bit better. But yeah, you just want to coat each piece of chicken in the panko, and then you will shake off the excess and you'll be left with something that looks a little bit like this. Another thing about this meal is it requires about 1,000,000 bowls. So even though Andrew loves it, he hates the tidy up. And I don't blame him because there's a lot here, but you have to keep everything separate. And so you don't really get much choice in that. Most people keep one hand for dry, one hand for wet, which to be fair, I probably should have done. But it is what it is at this stage. Okay, here is the purple broccoli I was telling you about. Look how amazing that looks. I cannot wait. I'm going to pop this in the oven. I'm just going to pop it into an oven dish. It's probably quite small actually, so I'm going to trim the edges. And literally I'm just going to roast it, and I'm going to put a little bit of that honey chili on there as well, which will echo in the chicken when we shallow fry that. But honestly, just look how insane this looks. Okay, so I have some vegetable oil in the pan along with some honey chili. This is the bottle that I use. I get it from Amazon. It is quite spenny actually. I don't know why it's so expensive, but this cost me like 12 or 13 pounds this bottle, but it is delicious, and we really do enjoy it, especially on pizza crust. That stuff is mega. But anyway, I've swirled some in the pan, and again, if I was being stricter, I would do this in the air fryer, guys. I would shallow fry it. I'd use half the oil and I'd pop them in the air fryer and crisp them up there. But I'm just being completely honest with how I tend to cook mine. But again, I am on maintenance, so it is slightly different. Also, I forgot to mention that we need to let this oil hit 180 degrees to ensure that the chicken cooks. I like to let it hit about 180 degrees, but that's if I am deep frying. So maybe if I'm shallow frying, it'd be slightly different, because these are very, very thin pieces. But just make sure that they are cooked, and to triple make sure, you can always pop them in the oven for 10 minutes as well. Okay, so these are pretty much there. They're like 90% cooked. I'm going to put a bit of salt on them and then pop them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes for the remainder of their cooking time. But they look so golden and crispy. They are so delicious. So yeah, they will be awesome. This looks so good, guys. I've just popped some mayo here, and I have some sriracha sauce that I'm literally going to pop on the top so I can make a bit of a sriracha mayo type thing. But that looks delicious. It was so good. Honestly, that broccoli, I could not believe. Like, I knew it was going to be good because it's been homegrown. It was delicious. Like, man, I could not have anticipated. The wedges were great, and that chicken is like chef's delight. It's so, so good. And I'm gonna end it here, guys. I tallied everything up and I went over by 4 points today, but that's if I'm pointing. I'm not, but if I was, I would have gone over by 4. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, pop them in the box down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. But in the meantime, have a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next one.